a left on the right on the here, the next one on the thing. On the right. Sorry, right. Not left, right. Not here, straight. Hello, everybody. This is Greg. And so pretty much, just want to say welcome to the program tonight. Gonna go ahead and start working on the sculpture, and then you guys will see me do it. And pretty much, this is what's gonna happen. So yeah, tonight, just gonna sit and chat about some of the things that happened this week, and make sure this is straight for you. Okay, there you go. I didn't even make this. This is new. I don't know. I was gonna take a left. Left. Okay, so this is process of making a person. And so pretty much what happens is we're coming home from one of our programs with our children, and so it's so far away from where we are that it takes us a while just to get home. And so, and also traffic was kind of backed up too in the area we were in, and a lot of stuff. So it's just life. I might have to put my classes to a later time. I might actually put it later in the evening. Maybe next week I'm gonna have it at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8 instead of like 6 to 7. That way it could have more people to see it, as well as maybe have more opportunity for people to get a chance to, for me to be home at least. Because what happens sometimes it's hard for me to actually get to the point where I can actually be here or be home to be able to do the cool art stuff. So. But anyway, so the most part though, we did like a lot of classes. We did some cooperatives. So my family and I, we homeschool our kids, and so we've been doing that for since our oldest was old enough to be able to do it. So we go to a program called it's called Love and Education at Home, and what it is that we get a chance actually to teach our children how to just the things that we want to teach them. And spend a lot more time with them. So right now I'm in the car. My wife is driving right now, and we're pretty much trying to get back to our area of home where I get a chance to actually. Thanks. And then so what happens is you have the thing where you're able to just go ahead and teach our kids. So today we kids actually got a chance to actually have some trombones, and my daughter has a timpani. And what happens with that is that she's able to make really cool music with it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a really cool structure. Wasting tape. And so pretty much what happens is you have this thing where, for the most part, though, what happened is that we were able to make really cool art. And so I'm going to be doing that right now. But as for my kids, what I've been doing is we got a chance to spend some time with some other homeschool families and stuff. And, all right, I'll do that. Let's see, Scott Wilkinson Mouse says, can you have a shout out? Hey, a shout out, Scott Wilkinson Mouse. All right, there you go. And so what's happening is that I get a chance to actually just spend time just doing that. And so with the classroom, we get a chance to meet other families who are also doing homeschooling too here in New York, and that's been really cool. So we drove out to Brooklyn, and it's pretty cool because when you spend some time out there, you get a chance to actually meet other families, which is great. So New York is a really big place. One thing I like about New York City is that it has the aspect of you get a chance to meet a lot of families. And each family has a different, because you talk about when you go to public school, you meet a lot of people who are out there, and you never really get a chance to talk to them. You never get a chance to meet the mom and dad of the kids when you go to public school. They have parent-teacher. You might have to meet a parent or two out in the lobby as you're waiting for your turn to speak with a teacher. But for the most part, though, unless of course you're friends with the people in the neighborhood, or you get a chance to go to a soccer game or something. But with a homeschool family, you get a chance to, I guess pretty much it's almost the same thing. You have the same church, the same similar things like that. You get a chance to actually go there and do get to meet them and meet families, take them out to lunch and go out to dinner or stuff. So we have a couple of families that we hang out with that we meet on a regular basis. And that's been really cool for us, because that's one of the things when you have a scenario and situation where you have people who are just gonna, go ahead and, spend time with, you get a chance to know their family. And that's the thing about that. You have similar beliefs, similar systems, and similar things. So that's one thing we get a chance to do. So one of the things I think is really amazing is just that we've been at it for so long and finally got a chance to graduate our children. So when they get a chance to graduate our kids, it's now they get a chance to go out to the real world, quote unquote real world. When they say the real world, what do people really mean? The real world that's cold and harsh, or the real world that's kind of something where it's you have to kind of go out there and fend for yourself, But then you kind of have it where, honestly, people who making this world don't do it by themselves. We've been watching. My wife and I've been watching the story of the Walking Dead. We've been watching The Walking Dead together, right? And as we've been watching it, we've been like listening. I have a whole bunch of lessons that I've learned. I'm gonna tell you at some point, but I can't really do it now because my hands are full of tape, and I'm not home. All my paperwork and stuff. I was kind of hoping to be home to share this with you, but what happens is like there's many things. But one of the points he made is that you cannot make this on your own. You cannot survive this zombie apocalypse on your own. So when people talk about the real world, it's like it's not even on your own kind of situation either. Because you think about it, right? When anybody does anything, you have to have a team. I mean, I recently was able to go and find a new location to do my masking tape artwork and stuff, and I find that what happens is like we have this thing where when I was able to just go ahead and make some things like that to make a cool what's that? I made a cool place. We had to go find a location. You can't do it by yourself. Not everybody has the same power to be able to find stuff. You have to go out there and you have to have a team, because you can't have a place and rent a place. You can't unless you have your own. Even if you have a gallery or something, you have to definitely seek out and find someone to work with you. And so it's always somebody in the motion of working with something or something doing. And so long story short, you just can't do it by yourself. You need a team of people to help you. So I think it's going to rain later. It's been like really kind of temperature wise overcast here in New York. And so just pretty much as we're sitting here driving in the car, we're like looking at this thing here. It's like what happens is like we're going through the whole scenario of what is going to happen because of the rain or something. But to go back to what I was saying before, I'm kind of in between thoughts. I'm just kind of, one of the thoughts I was thinking about is like, definitely when you do anything, you need to have a team of people to work with you. Even if you need moral support. Like I think about if you ever to become somebody like a high official or like a governor or something like that, you're gonna need people on your team that you trust, people that are there for you, people that, when people are talking bad about you, you need to have people who be there to encourage you as well as speak out good for you, And even in this situation, like watching the Walking Dead story, we've been seeing that they have a loyalty and friendships that have to be made. As a matter of fact, we got to season 5 yet? No, not season 5 yet. Almost season 5. We're at the end of season 4, nearing that. And with the end of it, we're seeing that there's an aspect where the more you kind of like do stuff, the more you see stuff, the more you understand that you have to work as a team. And then also that you have to defend people, even when you're not there to see them. If you believe in somebody, believe in their cause, So that's one of the things I'm just seeing. I'm seeing this a lot, that when you have have an idea, you can't just have an idea. You need to work together with your family and make sure your family's in on it with you. Because if you don't, what ends up happening is that you're gonna have a struggle. You're gonna have a real struggle to try and make sense of stuff, because you just it's just the way life is. So yeah, if you can do something, you can make something cool. You do it, but you do it with your family help. As long as your family is willing to help you. Some people have family that don't want to help them. Some people are just make sure it's like there's an aspect where I thank God for my wife and my kids, right? Because what happens is like they have helped me so much with my art, and they've allowed me to do stuff. And then my wife and kids and I, we went to see the new place, to see the new location, and the new location itself was one of those things where it's like, it's one of those things where I was so glad to find it, because it's in a great spot, If you're looking to find out where my link tree, I have a link where it's going to be. You can actually come to it if you would like to, and then be able to learn at the, pay the price and stuff like that, but come and learn too. You can also learn how to do this, by the way, on my Patreon class. See, this is like what I'm doing here. I'm not actually specifically explaining what I'm doing. I mean, you can watch me do it, but for the most part, there's more to just watching. There's a whole ton of stuff that I'm doing, like really, really fast, that you're not really seeing, even though I'm showing it to you. Because of the way my hands are working on this thing, the way that I'm doing all these things, it's like one of those things where it's like, you just have to, it's a matter of concentration as well as muscle memory at this point. It's like that thing where it's like, today, something happened where my coffee cup messed up and I had to fix it. And I saw something on a YouTube video a while ago, how to fix it. And it was like, I did it without even thinking about it. It's just like, it's kind of in there. It's like you almost get like programmed in such a way that you don't even know that you can actually do such a thing until you just like, you start doing it, So anyway, long story short, just make sure you program yourself well, okay? If you're going to program yourself on anything, program yourself with wellness and things that are good, One thing that I found out too is like, I find that again, you just have to take breaks sometimes. You have to take a break and get yourself recuperated, because you never know exactly how it's going to be when you do anything. You're hoping that things work out fine. You're hoping that things work out well, but you just got to take a break and then, do as much as you can. Right now we're kind of working on a bunch of stuff, working on working through The Walking Dead, working on getting this place situated, and it's going to be 3 weeks from now. April 24th is when I'm going to have my next class, and so in the process of that, it's going to go ahead and see if I can go ahead and make it as many people as I could possibly get to come to the class. And it's not too expensive. It's actually like about it's like $20 for the ticket, but if you register now, you can get early bird tickets, and the early bird tickets are in my link tree bio. So if you look up to the top of the art, you can actually see some of the stuff that we're doing. So that's something that's really cool. So I'm in the process of making something. See, the thing about this art, you can actually do this anywhere. So right now we're driving home from from Brooklyn, and just being able to have to do that, I can show you that this art is actually a portable art that you can make on the train, on the bus, anywhere. As a matter of fact, when I was doing this a long time ago, I mentioned back in when I was 2019, when I started doing this, I was doing this on the trains, on the buses, the restaurants, and stuff like that. So I can do this anywhere, and it's really cool because you can make something really quickly into a character. And so this character is going to be a sweet character for you. And so I've been kind of thinking about which one to make. And so I thought I'll go ahead and make this one here, and you're going to be surprised when you come to the end of it, because right now I'm just kind of in the process of just making it. So when I get done making it, you're going to be able to see how cool it is. It's like one of the things is like, you have it where, making a person. Yes, we actually do this with real people, by the way. Actually have real people pose in our classes, and they pose, and we are able to sculpt them, because it's so quick how to do this. But at the same time, though, it's actually one of those things where if you don't, pretty much it's once you make it, it's durable art. It lasts forever. That's the thing about when you have a comparison, different things, different mediums. Like even aluminum foil is great, but you have to kind of make it in such a way that it comes apart. Aluminum foil tends to break. It tends to break and have like break points and stuff like that, so they come together because it doesn't really ever mesh. But masking tape has an aspect where it does mesh and it does stick together, and it stays very, very well. So that's one of the things. And so for the most part, though, let's see. There's that. Let's see. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. White light inspiration. But yes, you actually, as a matter of fact, you can actually do this. This is not too out of your scope. It's not too far out of the scope. It's one of those things, once you learn a technique, it's like you can pretty much do it. But it's like, one thing I liked about this art was that very fact that it is portable, that I don't have to be locked in a studio to do this right now. I can actually be about, and I can sit here and do this. I can do this in the bus. You know what we do too in the restaurants was that I'd ask the waiter, right? We go to a restaurant, and we'd ask the waiter what's their favorite animal. And then by the time they're finished with dinner that night, I would already have made whatever creature it was that they asked for. Many times you have like these, the waiters are asked for like different animals, like they make an eagle or something. One asked for a kangaroo, another one asked for a platypus. And I was like, all right, let's do this. So then I sat there and I made a platypus, and see, I'm able to still talk and do this. So it's not one of those things like, it takes away from me being actually present, because it's like really my hands are making it. I'm at the point where it's like, I'm not really even thinking about it. My hands are the ones that are just kind of doing it, and so that's what makes it kind of interesting as an art form. Because imagine you're up to your elbows in like in some acrylic paint or something. I guess when I get to the painting stage is when it gets really kind of crazy, because in order to do the painting stage, you have to definitely, you have to be able to focus and stuff. And that's the whole thing about the painting stage is that, you must focus. And if you can't focus, then, you have a problem. All right, so just come in this way. So this way. Anyway, hi, how are you? Thank you so much for that. If you have a channel, I can follow your channel as well. White Light Inspiration. Anybody has a channel, I would be glad to follow your channel as well and to see how it goes. But also, if you would like to support us with a super chat, you can do that as well too. Any super chat's great. $1, $5, $500 if you have it. But if you want to, that definitely will be great for us as a family, because again, you don't do anything without support from people. And anything really true, it's like, you can be supported. So please consider that. I remember sometimes what happens, like normally what happens, I usually ask people to help me give me an idea to make something, and I make it for them. They asked me to make a horseshoe crab, and another one asked me to make like a dragon, and one guy asked me to make a teddy bear. He said, "Can you make a teddy bear?" And I said, "I sure can make a teddy bear." And we made one on live, and then so what happened was like that teddy bear, I gave it to one of my coworkers who was leaving to go to the Philippines. And so he told me he carried. I said, I'm gonna give this to you, but you have to bring, right? What you're gonna do? You're gonna take the plane and you're gonna put it like all over the place. You're gonna make like a little story of this little teddy bear going from the United States to the Philippines. But then he said when he got to like customs, the people in customs stole the teddy bear. I'm saying, what kind of mean people steals people's teddy bears? I don't understand that. There was no drugs in it, you know. There's no reasons for why they would do such a thing, but they did it. They took the man teddy bear that I gave him. So needless to say, or maybe he made the story up, I don't know. Needless to say, what happened was like he wasn't able to get any pictures of it. So there goes. I made something live, one at a time. And I gave it to one time in life, and I gave it to my coworker who took it to the Philippines, and he disappeared with it, and he hasn't been back since. So, but he told me that customs took it. So I have to believe him. I got to take him at his word. All right, that customs took his teddy bear. Yep. So that's what happens. So yeah. So if you ever make anything for your friends, and it gets to, well, I actually have stuff in different countries too. So that's not, I have something in New Zealand. There was a couple of artists, right? And they asked me to make a couple. See, the thing about this, right? When I do concept art for people, they ask me if I can make something from a concept. So, like example, prototype something. They say, can you prototype a situation? Can you actually make something that no one's ever seen before? And I said, well, I could, but that's really expensive because you're asking me to make something I have no reference from. So that's actually, when you do one of those concepts, that's really expensive type work. And they paid me a lot of money for that. So I was really happy to do that. So the thing is, like, when you come down to a concept art, no one's ever seen, it was great. So then they actually they were in New Zealand, and we had to ship it to New Zealand. So they paid for shipping. They paid for the concept. They gave me some ideas to work with, and I said, okay, that's good. So I started doing that, and it worked out lovely. Worked out wonderfully because I was able to actually do that, and I was able to get it to them. So that was really cool. So what happens when we stop the car? When my wife stops the car, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can just kind of do this a little bit better, a little faster for you guys, because pretty much we've been already 18 minutes in, and I've just made the person, and I'm kind of working on the details. So what's gonna happen is that my family's gonna leave the car, or stay with the car. I guess they want to stay with me. But I'm just in the process of kind of finish up what I'm doing. Today was one of those days where, it's like we had it was a happy day and a sad day. Because some of our friends are going away and we're not going to see them for a while. And then also they moved away to a whole nother place, And what makes it interesting is like you have the aspect of of life. They say something. I was learning a thing about about real estate and about housing and things like that. But one thing they talked about was that they say most people move every 6 years, 6 to 13 years. They actually move, right? And so they don't stick around. They don't stay where they are. But we've been where we have been for a long time, and so that's one of the things where we kind of been there for a long time where we live, and it's like, when I went to college upstate, and I went also to Tennessee University out there, and I got a chance to spend some time in the South, but there's no place like home really, especially there's no neighbor. Once you see the neighborhood too, I've seen it in my neighborhood transform. In terms of different ethnic groups, it goes from when we first moved here back in the 80s, it was we had white neighbors, and then it was a black neighborhood after that, and you can park right here. Yeah, just park right here. No, that would be great if they stayed, if they moved, but they're not moved. They think they're just finished park. Okay, all right, so cool. We'll just stay here, and all right, so cool. This is things are here, so. All right. See, the thing is like this, right? It takes believe it or not, even though it's muscle memory, I was thinking about this one time. I was teaching one of my classes, right? And even though it's muscle memory, there's an aspect where it's like you have to do. It's kind of like your brain is being split, right? And having your brain split is one of those interesting things because you are trying to focus and talk and teach at the same time, and that's very, very difficult to do because, it's something where you do it's like sometimes you do this thing where you're focusing, trying to get this thing done, and you're trying to do the best you can, but you're using part of your resources. It's like, they say our brain generates so much heat, It's like, they see the windows right here. Windows are fogging in my car, right? Generating, this is fog. See it here? So like maybe because I'm talking so much, I don't know. Maybe because it's like thing is generating heat. Our brain generate heat, and what it does is like it's energy. So when you have like an energy situation going, you are just faced with so much energy drain. So imagine that you're trying to teach a class while you're trying to do something while you're trying to talk on YouTube. It takes a lot of energy. It must admit. And so anyway, so what's going on is I'm just in the process of just making this sculpture, and I have a friend of mine who did they did this art piece, right? And this art piece they did this weekend, last weekend, was they did this thing called the human canvas, which is awesome. It's where you have like 6 or 7 people, or 6 to many people all lie down on a canvas, right? And what happens? They make a giant picture of all the people together. So when they makes one picture with like 3 different people, and they're all body painted together, right? And so pretty much, I haven't done that one yet. That's something pretty cool that I wish to hope to one day do, but I just couldn't do it this year because one, I'm working that time, and then also it was kind of like I was kind of just dealing with stuff, trying to put things together in my own mind about what I want to do for my own program. So I couldn't quite make it, unfortunately. So I had a work issue, and also I had just kind of a mental thing I was kind of working through. So for the most part, that what ended up happening was I had to not go, and so I kind of regret not going, but I know I couldn't really go. There may be a spot right here. Think you could fit right here?
Yeah.
You fit right there?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe?
It's kind of close to the...
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's too close. Gonna go straight up and around? Or
I'm just gonna go back to the fire hydrant.
Okay, hopefully the fire hydrant will be... Okay. So then... Alright, so what happens is we are doing this. So here's the thing here. So it's pretty much what I have so far. And... Yep. That's what I have so far. I'm gonna keep working on it. All right. And I haven't told you guys exactly what I'm making yet, so just pretty much. That's a Thursday side right there. Yeah. So I mean, it's a spot, but it's a Thursday spot. So we'll probably just do the hydrant, and then after that, I'll move the car when I'm done with the chat tonight.
Just have to get up and
Yeah.
up.
All right. So. Okay, so what happens is I'll be done with the preliminaries. You guys will see this really quickly. Hopefully there's nobody in the parking thing. Somebody go. Okay, nobody went there. All right.
Go through car garage.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. So cool. This is what we're doing. So let me just go ahead and just kind of get it better now that the car's parked. My family's gonna leave the car soon, so I'm gonna have to put that thing up. So right now I'm balancing this on my knee, the camera. He did move. Oh my word. He did. Maybe he was holding that spot for the guy.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. The neighbor's gonna do that. They didn't hold spots for each other. So when they do that, it gets kind of not so good. All right. So let's go ahead and finish this up, shall we? All right.
Okay. Abigail, can you
All
try
right,
to get
so
them
then-
up, please?
Okay, so let's see. I thank you all for watching, by the way. If you guys give me a thumbs up in the chat, it'd be great. But also talk to me in the chat. I wouldn't mind that as well. That's something cool I enjoy doing, to talk to people who are, not mean-spirited in the group. That's always good. So that's always fun. Yep, so we're inside of a car for real. We just arrived home, and so it's a process of just trying to find deal with the situation that we're in. So there's that. Let's see if I can make this. All right, so I'm gonna. Wait. Okay, go. Cool. All right, so cool. All right, so my family's gonna be leaving soon, so they're gonna I'm gonna be able to angle the cameras up so you can see me better. All right, so you have this. This is what I have so far. Let's go ahead and fix this up here. All right, this. All right, that. Okay. So remember, I'm making a monster person, so let's see how it goes. I've been meaning to make this one for a long time, so anyway, that's kind of one of the things I wanted to show you. This one. This one's like somebody who I mentioned before. One of my friends on Instagram, I told him I'd do this when I got done with some of my commissions that were done, and I was like, well, let me go ahead and give it a shot. And so this is kind of the thing, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can do that. All right. Hey, kids. Hello. So that's where I have people like making noise in the neighborhood. Just relax. All right, so. All right, see, they actually have a trombone. They actually got a trombone thing. It's like so much. Actually, a trombone. Trombone. Mm-hmm. See that? So they're actually taking that out right now. I got to move into position. This is like Alright, so okay. Alright. Anybody have any hints of who I'm making? Right. I know I haven't like gotten much detail lately, but still just see how much details. Hmm?
What? Yeah. You just took over the stuff.
Okay. Okay, I have to move some things. Let me put this over here real quick. Alright. And I have to move some stuff that has to go into the house. Alright, so I'll put this down for a second. Yeah, it's my stuff in the back. Alright, and here's my stuff here. Here's some stuff here. Okay, here's this tennis one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I want to keep that one.
Okay, keep the tennis one, okay. Here's some of the stuff. This is okay, this is the Bibles. This here. Okay, take this one here. And this one here. Alright. Can I drink some of this juice? Hold on a second. Oh, goodness. Yeah, you want to take it?
How you gonna do it? You're gonna do it? You're gonna do it?
Alright. We're gonna get a spot right in front of the house. Okay. Alright, cool. This is perfect. This is perfect.
Oh, she moved.
Okay, hopefully she moves. Alright. Can you close the door? Okay. You can close the door. Alright. Alright, cool. Then close the side door. And then reach back and close this door. Do you have everything out of the thing already?
I don't know, honey.
Alright. Okay, cool. Is it still
I
closed?
think she's moving. I didn't even ask.
I don't, you want to ask her?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit around and wait.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, keep making this here. Yeah, so pretty much we're looking for parking right now. So trying to get parking, and parking in front of the house is great, better than parking not in front of the house. Anyway, so what happens is we'll keep working on stuff. We'll wash. Not sure. Not sure. Hey. All right, so we're not sure if the person's moving in front of us. And so here it goes. This.
I don't know.
You're sure?
I was like, are you moving? You staying? I don't know. She wasn't trying to, I don't know. She could literally just move up.
Yeah, really. Unless, of course, she's trying to preserve the spot for somebody else.
I think she's smoking some ganja.
Smoking some ganja? Alright. Smoking some of that ganja! Smoking that fat Buddha! Alright, so. Okay, so cool. I'll take that. There's that. Smoking roaches. Okay, so here's this so far, right? Whoa. Okay, then go ahead and just make some more. Let's go ahead and just finish this up, shall we? 31 minutes in, and here we got this so far. Yeah, so yeah, I can make a lot of different characters, characters and people. And so for the most part, they're kind of making this person here. I'm gonna make some details on this person's face. Now, see, the thing is, this is me doing this live. If I was to kind of just focus on this, I would actually make it a little bit quicker and.
Don't you think about it? Not now.
Is your lights even on?
Huh?
Are your lights on? Yeah. Really? I tell you, dude, humans are kind of weird creatures, you know. They're very weird. Is she gonna leave?
I don't know what she's doing now.
Well, now the guy's in the spot. Now what's happened? The neighbors gonna want to move?
No, it's like if she wants to move out of the way.
She has to kind of back up, yeah. Right.
I don't know what she's doing.
Don't know either. Okay, so that's kind of what's gonna happen. Ooh, thank you, Amy Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the love. All right, so let's get to do this. You do have to get the front light fixed, you know, to fix that front light. It's like I think our right light on the right side needs to fix. See if you.
I don't know if she's. I said, are you staying? Are you moving?
Yeah.
Like roll down your window a little bit, and then she has tinted windows, so I couldn't see what she was doing really.
How do you have tint in the front?
She has tint on the side too.
That's weird, you know. How do you do that? It's interesting.
I was trying to come around where she, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't even look like she has her car on.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm just.
So you think I should just jump into the driver's seat?
Yeah.
And just kind of sit there and let you go in, get your rest up. All right, so just go ahead and leave the car on. I'll just jump. I'll just cross over. I will cross over.
So you're gonna take this home.
Yeah, because I mean this is the actual legit spot. I got to move it tomorrow morning.
Okay, if she goes.
Yeah. Humans are strange. You know, when I say humans are strange, I have to include myself in that because I might also be considered a strange human as well. But I mean, you make stuff out of tape, inanimate objects out of tape. You must be strange as well. That's what they say. I mean, because when you think about it, right, how it all works out. When it all works out, really, it's it's she might be moving. Okay, good. Oh, okay. Oh, she's going back. She's moving back. Oh yeah. Okay, she's moving. All right. Oh, she's gonna pop out.
Hopefully before the bus is coming.
Yeah, right. Okay. Oh, and forward you go.
Thanks.
Perfecto. All right, so forward. Okay, baby.
I'm never moving.
You're never moving? Ever?
Ever.
I
think we're good right now.
Yeah, we're gonna probably I'll come into the car tomorrow, just sit in the car and just stay here for the whole day.
I can't believe it. Thank you,
yes.
God. Yay, we got close
At last,
parking.
we finally got close parking. See, I have to do that walk-in chat thing that I do every so often. I have to walk like 40 blocks to come home.
Should I take the key and you keep it?
Yeah, I need a key. The case I have to lock the car. All right, so cool.
We're good.
Yes,
right?
so we're good. We're good and we're perfect. We're good. We're Jolly Rancher good. Yeah. Jelly Belly good. All right, so cool beans. This here. All right, Jolly Ranchers good.
Dun, dun, dun,
I hope someone sends me a super chat tonight. Hope somebody sends me a super chat tonight. All right, I should be getting into conversation about some stuff. Let's see, we have let's talk about some stuff. Now that my family's gone, right? So let's go ahead and talk about things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the process of making a scary monster person. So yes, it's safe to assume that it's a female. So here goes that. Yes. And so let's go ahead and just do this. Let's do this, shall we? Let's go finish this up. So we got 35 minutes in. All right. greatly appreciate the hard work that my wife did to bring me here, and then also like pretty much, yeah, she did what she was having a headache until she was able to take there and do this. Okay, bye baby, love you. So she was able to just drive me home, so I can do this chat tonight, and let's talk some deep stuff now. Xiaomi's out of the car. Yeah. All right. Let's talk some stuff. Definitely, guys, write in the chat. Let's talk about anything. Let's just like well, good stuff. I'm not talking about things. I don't want to talk about politics. I'm not in the mood, it's politics mood. But just I have a couple of friends. One of my friends who lives now in in Georgia, and she moved to another location. And she was talking about like how she's doing this thing with one of those skimmer board things. There's a board like a skim board that you can use, and you can do some cool like surfing on the board. And I thought that was really cool. Just kind of do this thing on her video where she's actually putting together like some designs. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to watch the whole video, because you know how life is. Life sometimes kind of gets you where you're not able to do something. So in the process of that, you just kind of have to figure things out. So anyway, there's that. Right. So this is here. This is here. This is here. This is here. This is a person. Right. This person. This is a person. This is a person. Okay. So with that. All right. That's. When God made us well. I mean, everything that we do, we're so like adaptive. It's like you think about people who play piano and music, and how you build robots and machines, and we can play Legos. We played with Legos today, and that was really kind of cool. And then, so the most part though, it was one of those things. So back to my friend real quick. They were making a school board and they were just designing it, and so I didn't get to see the whole video, so I have to kind of like go back and watch it. But for the most part though, I gave her a suggestion. So what if we actually had like we all send stickers or something? And I'm gonna have like a packet of stickers at some point, because I'm thinking it's always fun. People like stickers. And if you're interested in like a sticker thing, that'd be something I can actually, do. I can actually send you and have you have a sticker type thing, because what ends up happening is that people like stickers to put on stuff, and that also helps with advertising. So I'm gonna make a packet of stickers at some point in the next couple of weeks and stuff like that. So you just hang it there. I'll have a sticker thing where you can actually buy some stickers, and then we can ship it to you. Probably gonna do like a service, like a Shopify type thing, because what happens is like Shopify happens to be like a really cool place. That you can actually set up some stuff, and that's always fun. It's always fun to do. So yeah, so for the most part, that's what we can actually possibly do, set up some stickers and things, and I think that's really cool because, stickers are great. So now, let's keep working on this thing. I got some time, so I can finish this up. For the most part though, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, again for being here. This helps me out. All the watching and the steady watching has been really good for me. In terms of like, the whole thing with regarding people and stuff. So thank you for that. Okay, so, all right, so, what do we talk about? Okay, I was just talking about the whole thing with my friend making a board and designing it, and get a chance to finish watching it, but I'll watch it and I'll tell you more about it when I know more. The other thing too is like you have this thing where I have classes coming up in April. Those of you who just joined it, April 24th, I'm gonna have a live class again. And then yes, pretty much the process of just kind of like just putting it all together. So that's going to be cool. You can see how that works out. Next thing too is going to be like one of those things where, you have this thing where, we are, I don't know, I'm always looking for new ideas and stuff like that. So I'm actually doing this thing with puppets. I've been doing a puppet type thing, and I'm putting classes together for the puppetry, and I love it. I just absolutely love this. This is like one of those fun art things that I just enjoy doing. And again, I mentioned it before that, if you guys have any ideas for me, or you have commission projects you want me to build, I will gladly put together some kind of a commission type thing for you to see. And I like that. I always record the process of making stuff. That way it's like, I don't just make it and then forsake it. It's made and it's made and made. So that's pretty much the body of the person. Let's go ahead and see if make some of the hair design. And then make the outfit. See if I can do that in the time that we have here. This one I've been meaning to do for a long time. And anyway, so let's talk about some stuff, because it's like I'm just kind of rambling, but just want to say that this is a cool thing to be able to do. I have not been keeping up with the news. The news is just too much for me lately. It's just too many things, there's too much stuff that's going on, and I just can't keep up. So that's one. Maybe it's too bright. Maybe there's too much bloom. Maybe it was better before and I had like this. You can actually see, and it was like darker enough. Let me say it like that. Sorry about that. Moving the camera like that. I'm sorry, everybody. Maybe it's better like this. You can see it better. Why is one bigger than the other? Because it's natural. Okay, so that's what happens, you know. All right, so you have that. Gonna add to the shoulders and to the neck. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and design a monster movie lady. So there's that. Let's go ahead and just design some more of the outfit. All right, and then also the hair. The hair would be a dead giveaway. So I don't want to do the hair right away to give you a dead giveaway who this person is. But if you would call if I let's just go ahead and do it. I might have to actually look at a reference real quick because just to make sure I get the hair just right. Because it's like, you know, this is something I've been taking out to one of my friends on my Instagram that I've been talking about making for a while. So this is like that. I'm gonna just kind of make the hands on this person. Oh great, 20% on my battery. Yeah, there you go, there you have it. So if I was to put on my Wi-Fi right now, I would definitely drain on my battery. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have to go without the reference. I'm just gonna do it from memory. I let the memory take it, you know, kind of a thing, you know. And that's kind of the situation there. Yes, I make action figures. Yes, I do. And you too can have an action figure. It's like, you know, pretty much I changed my prices. I've raised my prices up since last time I started doing this, and I've raised my prices for a lot more things as well. So I just I don't know, you have to do that because, you know what, at some point I think like people want the wow factor, but they also want the ouch factor when it comes to prices, you know. Because I guess if you make something like abundantly easy to get, people for some reason don't want it. They won't try and get it. So if you make the price a little bit painful, they'll seek after it. It's just the way it works. I don't know. Maybe it's something. I don't know. It's just the way how life is. You make something free and they don't like it. So you make something expensive and they just value it. I guess maybe it makes it rare. It's like diamonds or something. You know? Like diamonds. So you have that. So for the most part, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start creating the hair. Give it away. Let's see if I can do that real quick. Anybody have an idea who I'm making? Anybody have any clue who I'm making? I guess you won't know until I finish making it, right? So let's go do that. Oh. This one, yes, here. This. And it could be anybody really. Maybe if I do this, I'm actually making it go lighter and darker, so I have to kind of keep the people in center focus. I'll do that. And I try to make it so I don't move my hands too much. It feels like, you know, the light and the dark are kind of like in and out of focus and stuff. So let's see if I can just make it like this. When I get home tonight, I'm gonna probably give a call to the person I need to call real quick, and then I also have to. Well, it's pretty much after 7 right now, so if I didn't catch a person at the time, I might have to catch a person a little later or tomorrow. But for the most part, though, I have some stuff I got to really do. You know, and so I can do this. I'll tell you, one of the things that I sometimes have a trouble with, like I might have mentioned before, is like when you make people, like real people, you know, it's really difficult and scary if you don't make the person absolutely right. So you have to be like very on point about stuff, you know, you have to be very, very on point. Because if you're not on point, then you're wrong. I had a situation once when I had a coworker, right, where she was, I made an image of her, and it was like, I had no intentions. I'm not trying to make fun of her or nothing like that, you know. But what ended up happening was that she got so mad and pretty much ended the friendship, you know. Ended the friendship. And I was like, dang, you know, that hurt me. But, you know, that didn't stop me. That hurt me. So, I mean, like, oh, good riddance kind of thing, right? Because, you know, if a person's going to leave you based upon their, you know, frustration or something, and you're trying to just, you know, honor them with a cool detail, what can you do? I mean, you know, what can you possibly do? So, I don't know. It's one of those things. You have to just not let people get to you, really. You have to just not let people get to you. So when you do stuff, you don't do it for the sake of, you know, you do it for a person, and a person might actually be good for you. Or something, you might just poke the bear and realize the person is kind of like, you know, it could be a jerk, you know. I'm going to put the camera back up because I'm trying to balance some, so I'll put it back up this way. Right. This way right here. And you can see like this. Right? So yeah, so the thing is, like, you have the scenario, and anybody have an idea who I'm making? Which character, which monster movie character I'm making? Any? Put your guesses in the chat below. Let me put it in the chat so that I can actually have like a an opportunity to say yes or no to your stuff. Okay, so let me know who you think I'm making. It's a popular character, so it's, you know, you might be able to figure it out really quickly. But I'm gonna see if I can make it. Man, this is like, this jacket is, it's like, it's really toasty in here. So it's really toasty in here. So let me see. I could just do this. I should make her outfit because right now she's naked. So put some clothes on this person before get banned on YouTube or something. See, we always wonder about that. Like, how in New York City do you get a chance to actually do that, where you can actually be without a situation where you have no, you know, sans ropas, no clothing, right? How you do that? Well, it's weird according to New York law. If you look it up, there's actually a loophole in there. I don't want to say it now because, you know, there's no need to explain stuff to everybody about all your secrets. So save some secrets for later, kind of thing, right? Otherwise, you might lose, you know, you might lose a lot of stuff. So one of the things is, like, you know, you have opportunity. You know, it's weird. It's like either this is too bright, right, or this is too dark. So maybe it's like if I put it like this, I gotta figure out a way to do this. Let me put it into the glove compartment. No, can't do it. I have to put it. See, I usually have my tripod, right? And my tripod is here to help me. And again, I wasn't home, so I didn't get a chance to do that. I guess in the future, you always have to be ready for anything, you know, ready for anything. So that's what happens. So let's go ahead and make the outfit, and let's make the hair, and keep making the person, and see. And I'm also overheating right now, so I gotta like take off my jacket, because if I don't, I'm gonna overheat. I'm gonna pass on you guys and be like, oh goodness, Greg passed out on camera, live camera. You're like, ah, I'm gonna fall over. You know, so you don't want that to happen, because you know that's never fun for anybody. But then as you guys know where I am, those are my family. If their families are watching, they know. Like, come get him. He's all passed out in the car. You know, kind of thing. So. Let's make sure this is things. I don't know what they're doing. Are they gonna back up into me? I hope not. See, that's another thing about cars. You hope they don't back up into you. Alright, so there's that, and there's that, and there's that. And, okay. I'm gonna bend your legs for a second. Make her sit down for a second. See that? I'll tell you, the cool thing about masking tape, I mean, kids you not, you can do so many things. Look dull. Alright, I guess bend her down. Sit down. Make her sit for a second. Sit down for a second because I gotta take off my jacket. So, and put her right there. Get us right here. Okay, right there. Now you sit for a second. Right, like that. Okay. I mean, you can still see my. I mean, I'm just taking my jacket off because we don't freak out or nothing. Okay, I'm just taking my jacket. Okay, just. Unbuckling my seatbelts, taking off my jacket because Lord knows I've been in this jacket for a long time and I'm overheating. So, whew, okay, jacket, don't freak out. It's gonna be okay. Okay, so here's that. There she is, kind of sitting there, right? Okay, that's that. I just lost my band. I just lose my band. Oh, my band's in my jacket. Oh goodness. Oh my word, I lost my band. That's the second band I lost. Oh my word. Maybe it's behind me. Oh my word. Oh my word. I got my gift from my coworker. My coworker gave me a Christmas gift, right? And it either fell out into my sleeve. Oh dang. This is the story of my life, man. I'm telling you. It's just one of those things. And then you try and do something and you lose something in the process, but that's life, right? That's what life's about. Life's about losing stuff and finding stuff, and you know. All right, so there's this. I don't know where that is. It might have fallen down into the great beyond, and so now I've lost two of my things. Wait, is it down here? Are you down here? My sleeve? No. Ah! Oh, that's sad. You know what I hate more than anything is losing stuff. I don't think anybody likes losing stuff, but I definitely hate losing stuff. And I hate when I lose stuff that somebody gave me. That was the thing that held my rings. It was my... See, I have these different rings and stuff in my hand, right? These different things. And so what happens is, like, one of the things I had was a band, this magnetic band. And it could still be in my sleeve. And it may not be. I might have lost it. I'm not sure where exactly I lost it. I'm gonna have to just check later. Okay, I'll go back to what I was doing. All right, folks. So I'm gonna do. This is here, right? This is the tape, and this is the tape creature and a person. So I'm just gonna go finish this. Okay, I'm gonna do this, finish this so you guys can have that. So I'm gonna actually go look for my look for the thing that I'm missing as well. So, oh, my daughter, she had this thing here. She wanted us to wear this, and this is like pretty much from Five Below. This here is a ducky shirt. She's like, Dad, you have to wear a ducky shirt today. So, wearing a ducky shirt. Okay, so I'm wearing a ducky shirt, representing my kids, you know. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, so let's do this. All right, so let's go ahead and finish you up, girl. Finish you up. Let's do this. I gotta do this. I want to do this like this, okay? Because I want to take this off later, but I'm just gonna do this now. Give you guys like a little bit of a heads up as to who. All right, this is here. All right, down there. Okay, and I don't want to put too much tape, but that's sort of going to be the bottom part. Alright, this is a character I've been meaning to make for a while because of a friend of mine. They had asked me to make a character like this, and so I'm almost going to do some cool stuff. I might fix this later, but definitely, as you can see, you're going to know who this character is before I even finish. I mean, you're going to guess it. Please, in the chat, go and guess. Put your guesses. Put your guesses, people. Any guesses? Alright. Right there, so. I actually have a friend of mine who looks like this person, and I told her that you actually remind me of this person. And she was like, what? And she didn't actually say anything, she just loved the comment, that it was cool. And so this is kind of the... Anybody can guess? Maybe you can't see because it's too dark, you know? Or maybe it's too too dark. Because it's too light. I have to be able to contrast it with my contrasting. I don't know. But here for the most part though. Yeah, so usually I hold the tape, but I'm just kind of doing this real quick. This here, someone you know, big in the 80s. You know, there's actually been a lot of of this person is like dolls, in Target of late, and I've been like, oh my word, seen this person in Target, you know. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep finishing it up. Anybody guess? Any guesses? Any guesses who this person is? All right. Well, I'm gonna keep working on it, and then get the hair just right because it's the hair that gives it away. It's the hair. '80s B movies. Oh, you guys already figured this out. Who it is? You guys are already figured it out. Come on, you have to have figured this out. Okay, so for the most part though, it's like one of those things where I'm just gonna finish up this arm real quick. Gonna finish up this end. How much time I got? It's 56. It's almost to 7 o'clock. And this is the thing. So here it is. I'm about to finish. I'm glad you guys watched. Those of you who watched from the beginning got a chance to see this, see me make this. And so I wonder if I should switch the camera a little bit more. So definitely, you know, get inspired. These are some cool art pieces that you can actually make. And this is like a cool one here. So, you know, it's like, you know. Anybody? Okay, well, okay. So cool here. There's that. There's that. All right. You know, I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do this masking tape art stuff. You know, I could actually show you guys in the classroom setting how to do this. If you want to find me on Patreon, my Patreon is Patreon One Life Must Art on Patreon. So you search for One Life Must Art and you'll find me. And I teach $5 classes for a month. You can learn as much as you can how to do this stuff, and it's like in just 1 month. But also, we have in classes, in situation classes, you know, and that's kind of something there as well. And so for the most part though, this is something there you can definitely look at. I also, you know, if you love to help out a brother or help out a person doing art, you can just give me a simple super chat. That would help us a lot. Well, you don't have to sign up for anything, but I would definitely give you a shout out, you know, if you definitely super chat, you know, the work that we do, you know, so that's something there. But for the most part, if you sign up on my Patreon, that'll help us out even tremendously, more tremendously than anything else. So that's something there that I really appreciate. Okay, there's that. You know, there's like it's like there's the Addams Family, right? And this is not that person, by the way. This is not her. It's from the Addams Family. This is something else from another 80s movie. I'm not gonna say her name. Somebody has to say it in the group. All right. If you say her name in the group, you know what it is. Pretty much. If you don't know, but definitely in the chat, say which one you think it is. Type it in the chat who you think this person is. You pretty much might already know who she is by the way she looks. But you know, I haven't finished her hands yet. But you know, definitely, you know, she is very much like, you know, this is, you know, who she, you know, she has the dress that kind of goes back a little bit. You have the, you know. So whoever says, I'll say it after you type it. Who this person might be. Okay, there's that. There's that. You know, I know people who look like this actually. No real people who actually look like this. But it's like this is alright, there's that. Okay, next one I'm gonna do is fix the hair a little bit better. Alright? Fix the hair just a little bit better. Let's do that real quick. I can get this just right. You know, just right. Almost get this just right with the colors and stuff like that too. And one of my friends look like this. This is like just several people actually. But see that. Fix the hair up a little bit more. It's like the hair has 2 layers of high, so it's like this, and then it comes up higher, and it comes down lower in the back. Like that, so it's kind of like one of these. You know, it's hard to see because like the masking tape absorbs or reflects the light. So I gotta put it in the shade a little bit so you can see. There you have that. So. You know, you can actually like rewatch this whole video, right, and watch it on fast play, and you can actually see all the work that goes into it, and see how fast and how quickly I was able to make this. But let's see if I can make this again. Just kind of make the hair. Oh, make sure the hair stays put. You know that. There's this. There's this. I might just stand for a little bit longer till I finish this. I might go for a little bit longer. I know to 7, but just in the process of just kind of making this, you know. I think this is me doing it from memory. I probably should have used a reference, but the only reference I have is on my other phone, and I can't really do that right now, so I have to kind of like just kind of hold off, you know, maybe. And it's hard for you to see this. It's hard for you to see, right? Okay, let's see if I can get it better. All right, I'm gonna make her hands because that might help out, and also might make like her outfit because she wears like this outfits that are like that are slender, you know, and it goes like this. It's kind of like, I'm just gonna this camera on me a little bit more right here. You know, I should actually send this to her when I finish it. This character. That'd be kind of cool, right? You make it. I like doing that. I like actually just sending to people sculptures of them, you know, and they make them. And she'd be probably really happy about this. And it's kind of like, you know, I'm a monster person too, so she'd probably like that as well. You know, just find out, you know, who the person is. Find out where to, you know, and then mail it to their PO box, because you know, anybody worth their salt not gonna have an actual address where you mail the stuff, you know, too. Unless of course they really trust you and they know your family for like 100 years. A lot of people, you know, who've done that. I've actually been able to meet a lot of different stars and be able to do some of the stuff with the artwork and stuff. So that's always fun. But yeah, for the most part though, that's kind of the scenario there. That's kind of the thing. You know, I have to give a shout out to Marcos Makes. He makes dinosaurs. He's actually he's the one I learned, or not so much learned, but I watched him make a Spinosaurus on his channel, and that Spinosaurus encouraged me. It really encouraged me to take masking tape art. And I always tell the story, but I said I'd always give him a shout out for the fact that he is the one who kind of gave me the, not so much, I guess not, it's inspiration to use tape. Because up until then it was always aluminum foil and clay and even a thing called Instamorph, you know. But for the most part though, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just gonna make some cool hands for her, because you know what, people just love the cool hands. But do you know who this is? If in the chat below, just tell me who you think this person is. Just write it down, right? And let me know who you think this person is, because that's to the person I'm making, you know. So if you know who it is, or give an idea, please write it down. I say this, and I really want you guys to interact, and if you could, that'd help me out. Help slow this, you know, help slow the sentence. Don't even say that. But yeah, for the most part though, that's one of those things where, you know, just something there. If you can guess who this person is, that'd be great. You know, if you can't guess who this person is, then I gotta keep working on it. All right, so I'm gonna give it some. I'll give her the face, and then give her the nose, and you know, give her the face. There it goes. This is the face. Wait, see if we can get it. Just the face and the body and the feet and the hands. All right, so gonna go ahead and make the hands real quick. Make some hands for her, and then you're gonna be like, ah, no, that is kind of thing. So do the hands real fast. For the most part though, yeah, I just this is like, I love this. I kid you not, this is something cool. You can do this, you can make this, you can do this too. I teach you how to do it, and you learn how to do it forever, and you can wow your friends and be able to make some cool stuff. But this is like, for us, it's been year 6 of master tape sculpting art. And so year 6 being like, we really started to take off in 2001. I made my first commission sale. A friend of mine from work, she asked me to make a commission of her cat, and so I took the opportunity to make a commission of her cat and to be able to do that. So that's something there I was able to do. And then the thing too is like one of those situations where it's like, you know, I am in the process of just kind of like I'm in the process of making like this right here, but I'm gonna just kind of just show you how to make this like really quick, you know. Yeah.
You want to party for tomorrow?
No, well, no, it's okay, because when it happens, I'm gonna
Tomorrow, Bruce.
No, it's okay. I'll come here tomorrow. I'll come up in the morning and I'll sit here because this is a good spot.
Okay.
Yeah. This is good because it'll be Friday, and then, you know, I have to move it again on Friday. Yeah. So thank you. I appreciate it. All right, cool beans. See, good neighbors. You want to hold a spot for me for another. So that's really cool. So in the middle of a conversation, your neighbors, they don't know what you're doing. They don't know that you're on a thing, you know, live streaming, you know, Right, so here, this one here, this is this. So here, all right, so I'm gonna make that there. All right, so for the most part there. Wow, I had like 11 people come up and see that. I was like, yep. Well, you thought I was gonna get like hijacked or something? It's my neighbor, you know? It's my neighbor! So, let's see, the neighbor came and be like, yo, what's up, man? I'm like, I'm on a live screen right now, you know, kind of thing. So I'm gonna get up tomorrow morning, I have to get in the car, and then just kind of sit here and just, you know, keep this nice sweet spot. Move it when the guy comes in and comes right back. It's nice. I love this spot. You can keep this spot till next week. It'll be great, you know, kind of a thing. All right, so what happens is I'm making the hands right now, and this is not a mermaid, but you know, very well could be. Anybody guess yet? Anybody have any guesses in the chat? Come on, people, guess who I'm making. Do you guys know who I'm making? Who am I making here? Do you understand who I'm making? Who's this person? Who is this person? Okay. All right. Oh, look, it's starting to rain. It's raining. It's raining. Okay, so, okay. I guess this is a sign I need to either speed up or stop because I'm gonna have to walk in the rain to get home. What is tomorrow a holiday? Is there anything on April 3rd? I don't know. Oh goodness, my battery's at 10%. Ah, it just gets better and better, don't it? The incitement and the adventure keeps going on. So here goes. This is here, and let me see if I can just finish with the hands. So what I gotta do? I gotta work on some more stuff for my car. By the way, the other day I got a chance to fix the what do you call the ignition coil on my car? And the ignition coil in my car was one of those things that, like, you know, it worked out really well, you know, because it was just not hard to fix. It was actually a lot easier to fix than I thought it would be, because, you know, at first you're not really sure exactly what you can do, but then, I mean, obviously, if you see a video, you can actually watch. Just join. What are you doing, Leah? Commit. Oh my word! I'm so glad you joined, Leah. That's great. What happens is this: I'm working on a sculpture, and so I've been working on a sculpture from the beginning, and I want you to guess who I am making. Can anybody guess who I'm making right now? And so I don't want to give any details, but I want you to look from the sculpture that I'm making without me telling you who it is. I'm making a character from the, you know, from the universe. I have another, maybe another, what do you call it? Just joining the live. Thank you so much, Leah. Appreciate that, you know. But yes, if you can guess who this person I'm sculpting, that will help me to conclude. No, I'm not going to conclude. I'm actually going to finish up the hands, and when I finish up the hands, I'll be able to conclude, because I'm almost there, really, actually. I've actually gone past my hour mark, which is very cool. And so maybe that's what happened. Maybe next week I'll start it instead of at 6 o'clock, I'll go to 7 o'clock, because maybe I'll get more people to kind of watch it then, because the 6 o'clock time, for some reason, people just aren't able to meet it, but things are really picking up, like when you get the 7 o'clock marker. So that's always cool, and have people sit and watch me make this, and I just enjoy doing this, you know. I'm gonna see if I can actually have a live class when I have my class. You might actually see one, but you know, the thing is, if you miss any of the classes, I can have a copy of it on Patreon. So again, if you follow me on patreon.com, it's /OneLifeMustArt. That's my the name I go by, One Life Must Art, on my Patreon, as well as on my Instagram, One Life Must Art. So that's something there, you know, that the whole thing is kind of like working with that. So so there's anybody guess who this character is yet? Anybody? Well, I'm gonna work on her hands and make her hands a little bit better, more palatable. Right? What am I doing? So I'm making masking tape sculptures on art, and so definitely, if you guys are interested in that, let me know. I can definitely make anything in masking tape art. I don't make politicians. I don't make any gods. I have never made a sculpture of Jesus, and I will not, because, you know, I don't want to have a statue of Jesus, you know, to be made, because you know, that's kind of like an idolatry. I don't want people to, you know, people already thinking I'm making like voodoo dolls. So, you know, some people say like, oh, you're making voodoo dolls, and I'm like, no, I'm not making voodoo dolls. Voodoo dolls are not what I do, right? So there's that. Anybody know who this character is? Well, let me add more details to her fingers. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe kind of a cool thing right there. So there you have that. This is one of those things. See, that's the cool thing when you have like kids, you know. That's when you have kids and stuff, because you can always make some cool things for your children. Children always love this stuff, you know. And then you also can make it for adults too, because adults love this stuff as well. Because love it when you make like some kind of a weird character. For example, one of the I get a lot of requests from are like, I have the Gremlins, right? The different Gremlin characters. I get a lot of requests from them, and also I get a lot of requests from a lot of requests from the to make pets. People ask me to make dogs and cats for them, so I constantly making a dog and a cat. Constantly making that. So my daughter actually has picked up on that too. She actually makes dogs and cats too for people. And it's pretty cool because, you know, again, you make each one is a unique creature made specifically for a person, and with that being made, you have like different kind of people coming in to, like, you know, to really appreciate the work that you do. And I love that. I think that's the greatest thing in the world. You know, you can definitely follow me on Instagram. Please feel free to do that. Follow me on Instagram. You can follow me here on my YouTube channel, and I will continue to make cool art, you know. And that's the thing. So here you have this person here, and many are asking, I mean, you guys already figured out who this is, right? You know, I don't want to say the name. I don't want to spoil it. I want you guys to actually tell me who this person is, you know? Because if I you know, if I say it, you'll be like, eh. But I want you to say it. I want you to tell me. That means that you guys figured out, based on what I've made, that this person is, you know, is cool. And I hope maybe she might see it. If any of you guys could send this video to her, that'd be good. Once you figure out who it is, or say, like, you know, tag her in a video. I don't want to tag it, but, you know, I'm gonna have this sculpture completed with paint and everything soon, probably by next time you see it. And so something there. So you have that, and you have that, and, you know, but I guess her fingers are more like, you know, have the more like a that kind of fingers, and like kind of a thing. Yeah, so you have that, and then we're gonna head. I'm gonna give her like the she has like these bell-bottomy things on her hands, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just make that real quick. So her hands are like her sleeves are bell-bottoms. So they kind of pitch open like this, right? And they kind of bend upwards like this. And I'm gonna have to just kind of bend it, tear it a little bit, so it's like not like that. So tear it so it just kind of oh goodness. All right, this is here, and it's gonna like reach up, and it's gonna reach around, and it's gonna be like that. Like that, a little bit like this. Okay, so you have that. And then you have this one, and that's the one there too as well. And you're gonna have that like go right around here, and it's gonna go right about there, like this, and like that, like that, and like this. And there you have it like that. And then you have like this one too. So you have this one, and it kind of like fans out. I guess it kind of really fans out bigger. So let me see if I can just bring it down a little bit more. Oh goodness, fan it down right about here. Alright, and then make it like right about there. Alright. What we'll do, we'll make like an action figure, a guy action figure next week or something. Like Jason Statham or something. Make like Jason Statham. Because, you know, he's like so cool. Make the Transporter. Remember when I saw that movie the first time? The Transporter movie? Oh my goodness, that movie was so cool. And then so Transporter 2 and then Transporter 3. And then I didn't make a fourth one, but it was like, you know, it was cool. So you have that here. You got this guy here. This plate here. Alright, like that. And then have it like this. I'm going to make it kind of wrap around too. Oh my word, the temperature's dropping. Now I'm freezing up in here. Okay, see how it is? So just here, it's freezing. Went from being hot to cold. Anybody? Can anybody guess who this is? Well, if you can't guess who it is, I'm gonna have to call it quits, and you guys will never know. Yeah, right, you'll never know. I should take like a screenshot of this and be like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. This is that thing. So there's that and that. Okay, I think monster movie monster person has the sleeves like this, has the outfit like that, you know. So switch it up a little bit. Has the outfit like this, right? The sleeves, outfit, things like this, right? And so pretty much, who can this person be? Who can this person be? It's somebody, anybody in the chat. Can you guys in the chat say anything? Please tell me. Tell me, I need to know. Alright, so here's this here. Make it dark over here. Maybe it might be better this way. Alright, so this one here. So like this. So you have this, and this, and this, and this, and... Hello, my name is... Okay, well, maybe you don't know. Maybe you guys really don't know who this person is. Maybe it's just... It could be anybody, I guess, you know? Just... Anyway, so I guess maybe that's it. Just... If my art isn't all that, people don't know who I'm making. They just don't know. And if they don't know, I'm gonna have to just give up. Yeah, whatever. So anyway, so this is this, right? And it kind of, I guess it kind of also hangs out. If it's gonna be high on the top, it's gonna hang down, like the bottom of the sleeves. Anybody know who this is? Anybody know who this is? Anybody know who this is? So it's raining now. Okay, so what happened is this, right? I'm actually like 16 minutes past. I'm about to run out of juice on my phone, so I have to kind of call it quits. So I guess in my last breath, I'll probably say who it is. And again, I want to thank you all those who stayed and watched the entire thing, the whole process of making this character. This is like a character from the 80s, late night B-flick horror movies and stuff, you know? B-flick. But she's an icon. She's considered an icon. Everybody loves her. But I've always been meaning to make this one for a while, so it's actually been something there. So, the dainty little feet. Don't know how you walk in a dress like this, but I guess you could, you know? And there you have that. And there you have it. This is... Do you know who this is? Okay, well, if you don't know who it is, I'm just have to go from there. I want to thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for watching me with my show tonight. And so pretty much, I greatly appreciate you guys being here. It's been like a lot of fun. But for the most part, I just want to say, like, you know, definitely keep making art, okay? Because sometimes what they do in the school system, they just take away the art program. They take away that because people, I was listening to some family members today talk about the art program and how it's like they're not sure what you can do with art. But everything in life is made of art. Everything in life that you see is made by an artist, and an artist has formed everything you see, you know? And if not an artist human, then God himself has made this world just by speaking it into existence. And so this is like a pretty cool making of one of the characters from one of the stories that we've always seen, one of the late night TV shows comes on. And so pretty much, you know what this is. You know, I don't want to like end it without anybody saying what it is, but I would love for somebody to say who it is. All right, so not gonna beg you guys. Not gonna beg you. I'll just say it and then I'll end the chat. All right. So for the most part, though, I want to say thank you all for joining me again. I appreciate it. All right. Again, this has been a challenge and it's been fun. And so this here is, I'll say it in my last breath. This here I've been making and working on is a sculpture made from masking tape, completely from masking tape, of Mistress of the Dark herself, Elvira. So this here is Elvira, and Elvira is made in masking tape. So pretty much, maybe I'll send this to her, you know? Yeah, find out where her PO box is and mail this to her and be like, hey, Elvira, here's a sculpture of you. So this is pretty much there, and all from memory, by the way. I didn't have to look at any references to make her. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching my channel tonight. I really appreciate all of you, and pretty much it's always fun to make cool art. And I once again thank you so much again for watching. I wish you all the best. God bless you. And don't forget to watch my next one next week. So next week I'm going to have another one and I'll be able to show you some of the cool stuff that we make. But for the most part, thank you again for watching. God bless you and have a good night. Peace.